What is up, my glam fam? So today we are going to be talking about the story that I posted on Facebook. I don't know if you guys remember about the attempted break-in, and we're going to be doing a whole lot of other shenanigans. So if you guys are interested in this story, then just keep on watching. Glam fam, so to start off my story, I will be explaining to you guys that this whole thing happened around 3 or 4 in the morning, I want to say, and it happened very, very quick, so there's not much I can say about it, but just show you guys the video clips and hope you guys understand what is going on. Now, the main person who was involved in this whole thing was the father of my children, and he was the one that almost got mugged and almost got probably stabbed to death by this very unknown and unfamiliar person that he found in the parking lot. So that's that. I was very surprised by the fact that he got upstairs and he was completely unaware of what was happening. He thought that, you know, he was just kidding, or he thought that this guy was just some random guy he found in the street, but he never came to realize that this guy was actually trying to steal something out of the car, or at least break into the car. It all started by him going out. He wanted to go out to the club, so, you know, I said, whatever, do whatever you want, it's your life. So he got out and he came home around 4 in the morning. But before that, I had remembered getting a very, 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 very strong pressure on my chest. So I immediately called him just to make sure he was all right. He did not pick up the first time, so that's a very, very big red flag for me. I hate it when they don't pick up. So the next time I tried to call again and again, and it still wouldn't go in. It wouldn't go through, so that's when I got even more upset. After that, at this point, I just figured that he was driving and he was on the road, so I just didn't want to bother him. So then he called me back, and I missed the call because my screen, it wouldn't let me answer the freaking call. So that was very upsetting for me that I couldn't pick up the phone. And but that feeling on my chest, it was still there. So what I did was I came over to the window right here, and I was waiting for him just to make sure that, you know, he would pull up and he would drive safely. So as he was reaching to the house, I saw him pull up, and that's when I felt a little bit better, you know. But then the baby started crying, so I went into the room real quick and I went to check up on him, and then I came back outside, and I saw him talking to this one guy near the parking lot. So I just figured that they were probably having like this encounter, that they might fight or something. So I was just like waiting for something to happen. Luckily, nothing happened, and as soon as the father of my kids was pulling up to the door, I saw this guy try to open up the driver's side, and I got really, really sketchy at first. I'm like, why is he doing this, you know, or whatever. And then as soon as the father of my kids came through the door, I started to tell him, I started to ask him actually, who was that guy that he was talking to, and he was like, oh, it's nobody, you know, it's nobody you have to worry about. And I was like, no, just tell me who it is, because he was literally trying to open your door. And he was like, he can't open my door.
Yeah, I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me.
Like, you know, it's just something that can't happen, you know. And he was so sure that he couldn't open the door because obviously he has his keys, and if he were to open the door, the alarm would sound off right away. So that was something that, you know, we have the car with alarm, so if anything were to happen, it would just sound off. So he was just very, very hesitant about going outside and trying to confront this. And in a way, I'm kind of glad he didn't, because of what I'm about to tell you guys next. This guy, he tried to lure him in. I don't know how you pronounce it. But he tried to lure him in by telling him that he would perform sexual acts on him. And he got very, very, very freaked out, and he started running. And it was very, very funny because, you know, he's not the type of guy to do that. But this other guy apparently thought that he was drunk because it was 4 in the morning. And he thought that he was so drunk that he would say, oh yeah, sure, let's do whatever you want. And then he tried to get into the car and probably, steal everything in there or even worse. And by worse, I mean that he probably could have stabbed him or even done something worse to him, because we did not know what kind of weapon he had in his hand with him at the time. Of course, the father of my kids didn't own any weapons, so there's no way for him to actually defend himself. Oh, the kid. So when we were upstairs, when we were out here talking, we were watching him as he was trying to open up every single door from my car. He even tried to open up the trunk, which was very, very, very weird, because you can't really open trunks like that. You need to have at least a key or a button. So, I pictured the worst in my mind when he was trying to open the car door. So as he was really trying to yank the door, I saw that, this is legit. He's actually trying to open my car door. So I opened up my window and I screamed at him and I said, "Hey." I was like, "Hey, alejate de mi carro." And he looked back and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Alejate de mi carro, por favor." So as he was slowly walking away from my car, I said, "Gracias." And he tried to walk to other cars, and then he immediately made his way towards the back of the building of the other apartments that was like right aside from mine. And then from there, we waited a while. We're like, let's turn off all the lights. Let's make it look like we're not here. He might even believe that we're not here or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure, good idea. So I went over there and I turned off all the lights from my house. And it was literally pitch black in here. And I guess he figured we went back to bed. I don't know. So moments later, I start to notice that he starts walking in front of my house. And he makes his way towards my car again, but this time he tries to open up the passenger side once more. And that's when I just snapped and I decided to call the police, and I made a report telling them if they could please send it. So the lady from the 911 said that they would send an officer right away, and that if I wanted to have one sent to me, and I said no, I'm fine. I just really want to know if you could go keep an eye on that guy, because he was trying to break into several cars, including mine. And I told her that I had video evidence of what was going on and what happened. So apparently they sent down an officer to look for him up and down the streets of Sandy Springs, and they apparently found him. But before that, they sent an officer down to my house just to look at the video footage that I had gotten on my phone. They wanted evidence, I guess, because they had him in custody and they didn't want to arrest him without any proof at all. So I guess that's... But yeah, you guys, other than that, that was pretty much it to everything that happened in this very scary encounter. I hope that nobody ever has to go through this, because it is very, very scary and very panicking to know that someone could break into your car and possibly steal all of your possessions inside of it. But yeah, you guys, other than that, please make sure to always let a police officer know if you are in danger, or if there's anything that you feel unsafe about, like this situation, for example. But yeah, other than that, please make sure to comment down below and let me know which one was your scariest experience that you've ever had. I would like to read them all. But yeah, everybody, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, because there's a whole lot of new content coming out pretty soon. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, Glam Fan, and make sure to always stay glam. Bye!